So E plane T, H plane T. The basic difference from E plane T, H plane T is that in H plane T, whatever the output or the signal that we observe at port 2 and port 3, they'll be having same magnitude and same phase in case of H plane. But in case of E plane, the wave observed at port 2 and port 3, they are not same. They are going to have a phase shift of 180 degrees. And another difference is that H plane T, it acts as a current junction, whereas E plane T acts as a voltage junction. Similarly, there port 3 is acting like a side arm. I mean, port 3, whatever we call it as side arm, that side arm is nothing but the H arm in that H plane T, and in E plane T, the side arm is named as E arm. And directly we are moving on to the properties of this scattering matrix for E plane. Yes, of course, as it is a 3-port network, here also we are going to have S matrix of 3 by 3 order only. You can observe that S11, S12, S13, S21, S22, S23, S31, S32, S33. And coming to the second property, what is that? S23 is equals to minus S13. See, this minus is not there for H plane because both the outputs observed at port 1 and port 2 are same, so minus won't be there. But for E plane, as the output at port 1 and port 2 is going to have a phase shift of 180 degrees, to represent that 180 degrees, here we are having minus symbol. S13 is equals to minus S23 or S23 is equals to minus S13. Why we are getting this minus means, it is because the output, I mean the wave collected at port 1 and port 2 is going to have a phase shift of 180 degrees. And of course, as the port 3 will be perfectly matched to the junction, S33 is going to be 0. The first property and third property are same for both E plane and H plane. Only the second property is going to have minus symbol here because the output will be of 1, I mean there exists a phase shift of 180 degrees. And fourth property is also same, like Sij is equals to Sji. So S212 is equals to S21, S13 is equals to S31 is equals to S32. So S23 is equals to S32. At the same time, S23 is also equated to minus S13. So now you need to substitute, I mean, by following this particular property, we just need to substitute this particular coefficients. S11, S22 will remain same, S33 is going to be 0, and only there will be a change in S12 and S21. Either you need to write both of them as S12 or both of them as S21, and we are writing both these diagonal coefficients as S12 only, S12 and S12, and here S13 we are writing as it is, and S13 and this S32. S32 is equals to S23. S32 is equals to S23. But what is S23? S23 is equals to minus S13. So in that way, we are going to have minus S13, and here S31 can be replaced with S13 also. S31 can be replaced with S13 also. So this matrix has been turned to like this by applying all these properties. And the process is same. We need to multiply the S matrix with its complex conjugates. So we are going to have an identity matrix. So the same process, row 1, column 1, row 2, column 2, row 3, column 3, and again row 3, column 1. And wherever you find these similar suffixes, instead of writing two parameters, you can replace that with a single magnitude and its whole square. And whatever the mathematical analysis that we followed for H plane, the same will be applied here by following the properties only. So equating equation number 6 and 7, there also we have done the same thing because the RHS are equal, so we are equating equation number 6 and 7. Here S13 gets cancelled, S12 gets cancelled, and S11 will be equals to S22. And from equation 8, what is that equation 8? Equation 8 is this one. S13 is equals to, so same thing. It will be 2 times of S13 whole square. So here we are going to have S13 is equals to 1 by root 2. So from equation 9, S13 is taken common. You can observe that. S13 is taken common, and when you take the S13 as common, then we are going to have S13 star. So when S13 is taken common, then we are going to have S11 star minus S12 star. so that S minus S13 cannot be equated to 0 because S13 is equals to minus of S23. So because of that reason, you cannot equate that to 0. So you need to equate second term to the 0. So when you equate second term to 0, then you are going to get S11 star is equals to S12 star. That means S11 is equals to S12, where S12 can be equated to S24 as well. See, all these are from the properties only. If you are thorough with the properties, then the derivation of S matrix will become very, very easy for you. And properties are also not too tough. They are also very easy. You need to remember how will be the output. Is it going to be same, or is it going to have a phase shift of 180 degrees? That's it. If you can remember that particular point, then easily you can derive the properties, and if you derive the properties, then this analysis part will become zero. Whatever we followed for that particular H plane, the same is followed for E plane also. So next, from equation 6, what is that equation 6? This is the equation 6. We'll be taking the equation 6, and whatever we got here, we are going to substitute that S11. Here we have two S11s, so that will be 2s11 square, and S13 value we got it as 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 whole square will be 1 by 2. So just send that 1 by 2 the right hand side. So this is what we are going to have. So finally we are going to get S11 as 1 by 2. So from this particular equation, once if you have S11, you can have S12, at the same time you can have S22 also. So now we have all the parameters. So substitute all those parameters. So this is what the scattering matrix for E-plane. So if you observe the scattering matrix for E-plane and scattering matrix for H-plane, the difference is that 1 by 2. If in H-plane, if you have an 1 by 2, in E-plane that will be replaced with 1 by root 2. That's it. If it is there 1 by 2, here it is going to be 1 by root 2. That's it, only the difference after all calculations. Okay, and similarly we need to apply this. B is equals to multiplication of S into A, and here also we are going to consider different cases. What is the first case? Same, we are not providing input to port 1 and port 2, and we are going to provide input to port 3. So when we are doing so, what is happening? See here we got B1 as 1 by root 2 into A3. After substituting A1 A2 0 in B1 B2 B3, B1 value is 1 by root 2 into A3, and B2 is minus 1 by root 2 into A3. See here, B1 and B2 here not equal. They are varied by a minus symbol. What does that minus indicates? They are going to have a phase shift of 180 degrees. That's it. So E plane T acts as 3 dB splitter. There, as B1 and B2 are equal, H plane T is acting like minus 3 dB splitter. As here B1 and B2 are equated, they are not equal, and they are at a phase shift of 180 degrees. E plane T is acting like a 3 dB splitter. Okay, and case 2. What is case 2? A1 A2 values will be same. That same value is nothing but A, and A3 is going to be 0. So after substituting this, what we are going to get? We have B1 value, like substitute A1 A2 A in 16 17 18, and A3 as 0 in 16 17 18. Then we'll be getting three different equations of B1 B2 and B3. So what is B1? B1 is equals to 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A, and B2 is 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A, and B3 is going to be 0. So equal input at port 1 and port 2 results in no output at port 3. See here we got, when you are going for this particular condition at port 1 and port 2, they have equal input, 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A. Here also 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A. So when this condition is applied, when same input is applied at both the ports, then output at port 3 is going to be 0. So here you can state that E plane T acts as subtractor. E plane T, because when you are providing same inputs, you are getting 0 as output, means you can easily state that E plane T can act as a subtractor, whereas H plane T is acting like an adder. So this is what about the E plane T. Ma, did you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
So H